It's a word we hear more and more, blog, but it's not just a word anymore, it's become a community, namely Blog Nation. Hundreds to thousands of people participate on the NewTV's blog. As editor-in-chief for the NewTV, Greg Riebman explains, more people are blogging and reading the NewTV online than reading the printed version. And since its inception in 2006, at least 5,000 people per month check out the blog on a daily basis. Newt News spoke with Riebman about how successful the NewTV's blog is and what makes it work. A couple of clicks of the mouse and you're in Blog Nation, a community in cyberspace that brings you up-to-date information about your community in a moment's notice from a variety of sources. Everything from a train crash to a fire to politics about the schools or city government. It has changed the way people are getting and passing on information.
Whereas it used to be if you wanted your city official or your neighbors to know about an issue in the city, you had to go to a meeting, wait for the public discussion time, make your 90-second comment or whatever time limit was. Now you have an opportunity to not just comment on the issue, but go back and forth. And if the aldermen involved are reading it and even commenting, or different officials reading it or commenting, then suddenly it's opened up democracy in great ways.
Politics is the hottest topic on the blog, where almost 40,000 people visited the Tab's blog during the override campaign in May of 2008. Editor-in-chief Greg Riebman says that is exactly why the NewTV's blog is one of the most successful.
We try in the political thing to be both informative and to find some humor when there's humor, to allow outrage when there should be outrage, and to really, cover every dimension of it.
With just a handful of the NewTV staff moderating and adding topics, video, and photos to the blog every day, it does get overwhelming at times to continuously comment on certain threads. And there are times when it's tough to distinguish the line between personal opinions on the blog and the professional journalism you read in the printed version.
It is hard to distinguish because we bring a lot of passion to what we do. We bring a lot of passion to the newspaper too, but we try our best to distinguish that, to follow the basic rules of making sure our stories are fair and balanced, and the blog is a place where we get to express our views. The reporters are much more careful, really sticking more to the facts than the editors, who are entitled to and allowed to their opinions. In both cases, the two top editors of the Tab both live in Newton and have kids in the schools, so we have a lot of strong views about the city, and that's shows in the blog, hopefully in a positive way most times.
And most of the time it is respectful between bloggers, but sometimes viewpoints cross the line. Though the Tab staff does not moderate every post, there is a trigger system in place for any blogger who writes certain phrases or words that will remove their post before it even hits the site.
We try to be fair about it. We try to make sure that there's no libel going on. We want people to express their opinions and stick to facts. So if we know something is a false fact, and we either correct it or we might remove that post.
The landscape for discourse and information exchanging has changed. It's now more like citizen journalism with input from every direction on a variety of topics.
The best thing about the blog for me is how much I've learned from the people in the city. It could be as simple as the day we talked about them pouring cement at Newton North, and someone kind of said, no, it's not cement, it's concrete. Or we make a comment about a budget item or something, and someone out there gives you a link to the website and helps us all understand further, the issue itself. And we've had the city officials do that, and we've had private citizens and activists, community activists come on and help us better understand the issue.
An extension of the NewTV's blog is a new segment on Newton News called Burning Up the Blogs, where the bloggers voice their opinion not only in the blog, but on Newton News. And Riebman says it's a great way to continue the lines of communication and oversight for all to read and hear.
The great thing, again, about blogs is how it levels the participation field and anyone can comment. And so if there's a way to bring that to NewTV as well and get more voices into our community, into the discussion, that's all the better.
The Newton Tab and Gatehouse Media New England has over 60 blogs in the area. Not all of them are about Newton, but they do have an assortment of topics that just might interest you. To read or join the NewTV's blog, visit wickedlocal.com/Newton and click on the Blogs tab. Jen Adams, Newton News, Newton Highlands.